everybody, and welcome back to the chateau, and some stuff that I did film actually towards the end of March. However, it makes sense now because some of you have noticed, so I'll best explain. Needs to answer the question before I end up with comments galore about why I have done this and so short. Well, very simple, to be honest. Vision and danger. Now, so this was massively high, maybe 2 and a bit meters taller, and the drive on the other side here got no light. I mean, really, those conifers should go as well. Another day, something for another day, because the drive needs some light. But you've got this bend down there, and despite repeatedly asking the postman and people that's come up to here to drive slowly, they don't. And there has almost been a few accidents when leaving here because they just drive flat out and cannot see. So trying to clear this bend on the drive would be nice, and it's just nicer for light. The other thing is they're too big, too thick, which means you can't shape the hedge nicely because you need laurels end up when they're so thick because they're left to grow, and these will grow back, well, they grow back at the same height if I left them, and I will need to do some more shaping of this lot. But once it starts growing back, this will be able to be cut into a nice square uniform hedge with hedge cutters every year, not such drastic measures. As for these, well, you can see it's look at that one over there, look at it, you know, it's full of stuff. You need to clean this all up, because as much as a robot mower can come out here and do a fantastic job, you do have to do all the stuff in between. It only sort of saves that monotonous task. You've got to get everything else looking good. Now, this is what I was saying. This is so much better now. The other thing, of course, is the postman, well, not postman, the delivery drivers kept on saying, I can't find your post box. Well, no excuse now, have they? So now it's easy to see all the way down to that corner, and I will have to go further. So now, to orientate you, that's the hedge I've just been cutting down because there's my sign. So what I do need to still do is come through this way and go that way. This I will have to do reasonably soon, so I will have to just check these extremely carefully before I trim these down, and then just deal with the stuff on the ground, some brambles, just clear through, because, well, thanks to the rodent infestation of the swimming variety, the koi poo, which I think we can still see their path. So this is what this should be looking like here. Clear space. We can get some stuff down to keep that, and we'll cut all this down so you can see through, because, well, there you go, see, you can see through that hedge. So if we can see through there apart from the trees, that'll make it much, much safer. And it'll also make all of this a lot healthier, because as you can see here, this here was a massive rhododendron, which the koi poo burrowing into the banks ate all the roots and killed it. What they did is they killed, the root system left, couldn't handle such a big, leggy plant. But the roots aren't dead, and neither is the bush. So we need to get this right down, and that won't matter again about this time of year. Just get my trailer sorted, because there are clearly no nests in that, you can see that, so that'll be fantastic. And then we can start getting bees coming back alive, healthier, and sort of shaped like this one. We'll just get back down to the base and make this all neat and tidy, sort out the fence and get the fence all painted up as it's supposed to be. To be honest, I actually like it that short, I don't see the need for a privacy hedge when it's not, it's my driveway, it's not a main road. So that would, I don't know, we shall see. I always like light and views. And to be honest, that bamboo was gone back there. So you'll be able to see the house, you'll be able to see through here. And then these horrible conifers, which I hate, which nature is trying to pull down bit by bit, I'd be able to see out all the way down across the fields, which would be a bit nicer. So everything that is currently happening here is to try to make this place easy enough to maintain without a huge army of staff. It is the thing that comes up all the time. Yes, but a place this size had an army of staff to look after it. Yes, absolutely correct. But they also didn't have any of the modern tools that we have. It was all completely manual labour. There wasn't electric or motorised chainsaws. It was saws. It was these sort of things. So the army can be replaced by some of the items. And now, certainly, things like that little robot mower that's going around, it's an unskilled job cutting grass repeatedly in a place like this, going up and down, up and down, up and down. That takes away hours worth of work a week to do other things. And if we can get everything cut back here to a manageable size, as it's supposed to be, just like that old postcard, which I always go back to for the driveway. I mean, it can't ever be that far back. There's trees which are just way too big on the drive now. They need to be gently pulled back to a reasonable size, but they won't be anywhere near like that picture, unfortunately. But if we can get everything down, not only is it looks better, everything's healthier, it is so much easier to maintain and stick to a maintenance schedule, which is the aim. That is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make a very large chateau with very complicated grounds easy enough to maintain without an army of workers, and keep it as my family home, or my bachelor pad currently, as we say. So thanks for watching. I'm back to videos again now after a little bit of time off for not only Easter, but again, spending a bit of time with the dog and sorting out some other stuff so the dog and I can have a bit of time in his last run of life. So I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye now.